Va bene.
Va bene? Quindi,
I don't know how to say it.
che cosa vogliamo dire?
Non lo so. Ma...
Allora, ci sono stati dei rumors, no? Se ho capito bene,
Sì, ma
tra i tuoi followers, no? Sui
Sì,
video.
sì.
Questa che ha mangiato troppa pizza.
No, nessuno l'ha detto.
No, ammazza.
Ma probabilmente qualcuno l'ha pensato.
Come cavolo sei ridotta? Non era tutta sportiva, la dieta sana. Non puoi dire che non bevi per un motivo perché non bevi già di tuo. Però ci sono delle persone che hanno detto che...
Ma comunque il titolo sarà qualcosa tipo We're having a baby.
Ah, no.
No?
No, faglielo scoprire.
What? I hate clickbait titles. We've got something to tell you. You'll never guess what.
No. The most beautiful surprise o qualcosa del genere.
Ah, okay. You can tell them.
Unveil the mystery.
Ma non è un mistero.
On your unfitness. On your change of diet. No?
See, Ma, it's not just that, amore. You wouldn't believe the comments on.
I can give them a hint. We've been going.
They know, amore. Lo sanno tutti.
Come lo sanno tutti?
Lo sanno tutti.
Che cosa?
Cioè, perché siamo sposati da un po', quindi.
Vabbè, mica hai detto. Cioè.
Sì, ma.
Charlize Theron, per dire, non ha avuto figlioli, eppure ha 50 anni.
Certo che ce l'ha.
No?
Sì.
Sei sicura?
Sì.
No, ero sicuro che non li aveva fatti. Il cavallo. Non li aveva fatti per non sciuparsi il fisico.
Ma che dici?
Vabbè.
Vedi le cose che. The things you read online that are not true.
We've been having a very special news that will change our lives in a positive way.
Yes.
And that is...
Sono incinta.
Bravissima.
I thank the people who had an inkling but just were respectful and didn't say anything, because you never know what people are going through. But yeah, fortunately, we've been really lucky, no?
Yes.
And we're having a baby, and everything is just health.
Can I go in details?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to have to make so many cuts.
Yeah, no, I know, I'm just...
Sì, oh, you're just asking, yeah.
No, io sto andando a ruota libera.
Sì, ho notato.
Poi dopo fai te il montaggio.
Sì, però...
Allora fai te le domande.
Sarà difficile. I'm going to have to do so many cutaways just to cut between all these things. Anyway, the point is, we're really happy, and I think I've read a lot, and I've spoke to a lot of friends who have been anxious or have been really emotional, not through any fault of their own, because, the hormones and things, but I haven't felt that way at all. I've felt really calm and serene, and I haven't, we've just been really happy, no?
That's maybe thanks to the husband, but...
No, ma è vero però, no?
No. You didn't have any hormonal extravagance? Is that a bad thing to say?
Actually, it's for us. It's been a while, because I'm into the second trimester, and I think
I don't know if it's an international thing that you shouldn't say anything in the first trimester, but
pretty much,
in Italy you can't. Like
No.
it's you don't do it. You don't say anything. That's why you are telling now.
See, but also because I just wanted to keep it private. I mean, a lot of people, I've noticed a lot of YouTubers, and they're really entertaining when they tell their partner, they film it, when they tell their family and their friends. And I don't know, I wanted to keep that those moments private. I could have, because I woke up really early when I took the test and Guido was still asleep, so I could have easily prepared it, but I just wanted to live it and also just keep that to us, no? Keep it.
Yeah. And now you can't keep it.
No, exactly. I wanted to keep it longer, actually, just between us, because it's
definitely something that it's beautiful to share, but it's also something that needs to be protected. So
yeah, and also just lived, and it's obviously we're first-time parents, and it's. I mean, fortunately, I think because we're both a bit older. I mean, most of our
you're telling that I'm old?
No, but I'm telling that you're wise, but I think it changes things, no? Because I was speaking to a lot of friends, and most of your friends, for example, are on their third child, even, no?
Yeah. Some are at the third,
second or third, and a lot of my friends had children a long time ago, but I think you and I sort of both waited to.
Until the last moment.
The last moment, yeah, which is a gamble. I think a lot of people have, so a lot of women have asked me, how do you look at time and aging and trying to decide, even men and women, because this channel, the audience is 50% male, 50% female, and a lot of people saying, how do you choose that partner? And I think I know we sort of both left it quite late, because I always wanted children. I knew that I wanted to be a mother, and I had such a beautiful childhood. But I think that my parents are really in love and such a great team after over 40 years. And sometimes I think people think that having two parents who have a healthy rapport, that it can make you naive. But I think it's the opposite. It makes you more cautious, because you've kind of witnessed what it takes to make a marriage work, and how they resolve conflict, and how you deal with aging with someone, and them changing, both of you changing inevitably, no? So I have my hair in your beard.
Okay.
So anyway, so it made me quite cautious. I really wanted this serenity that I have now. Scusa, what do you think?
Yeah, I suppose la discriminante, non so come si dice, like the discriminatory point is having a person. Obviously, we don't fight so much, but the important thing that we manage to go through things eventually.
Yeah, and exactly.
That's the main thing. It's not that, you are perfect, or I'm perfect, or we have the perfect characteristics. We manage to go through things,
or
at least up to now. So, I suppose that's the most important thing, being with someone that whatever comes, whatever challenge or beautiful thing comes through, you manage to.
Or it's just how we want. I mean, I know a lot of people, they have no problem. They're more comfortable with aggression or shouting things up. I think for both of us,
we are not melodramatic.
We don't. Neither of us are like that. So that was really important for me to make sure I was having a child with someone where we kind of want to create the same environment for a child, and I want a child to witness conflict not being resolved with aggression. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so obviously you have to have conflict, but the way we resolve conflict is super quick and super respectful, no?
Yeah. At least we don't. You never shout or throw plates or stuff like that. Yeah.
Have you had ex-girlfriends who?
Whatever.
Okay.
It's something that can happen. There are couples that are more passionate in conflict.
Yes, that's a good way to put it. Yeah. So I think
I don't blame anyone, but I know that if I have too much conflict and it's too loud and too aggressive, that's something that it scars me for like years. So I'm like, no, that's if you come out in a fight and however.
Anyway,
I think it's not about fighting. It's about managing what happens in a way that we are both comfortable with.
And what kind of environment you want a child to be raised in, no? And I think I
want in nurturing. No, how you say, like
Nurturing.
nurturing and protected and everything, but also an environment where I can't say the pronoun because otherwise I
yes.
will
Yeah. By the way, we know the gender, but we're not going to tell you until probably next week. Do you think? Next
don't know.
episode.
You are the editor, so
we'll tell them next week. We know.
Okay.
We know the gender, and
so it.
It.
We don't want that it. I don't want that it isn't able because grown into come too much a protected environment that doesn't know how to speak up for itself.
yes.
And in the world there are people that are inclined to a more aggressive and passionate way of confronting each other,
Sure.
and that you need to know how to deal with that people, that sort of,
completely.
and not be just scared and just back up in that situation.
Yes, you
Because-
can't wrap them in cotton wool. You need to teach, I think, a child how to be assertive and
Yeah,
in business and and socially.
whatever. If you are at school, if you are
Yeah.
with hopefully a brother or sister after, or whatever, or even a parent, because they.
Yes. But also, I think as well, I wanted to be at a stage of my life where I could really feel calm and serene. I don't feel any fear. And I'm sure there's going to be so many comments. You don't know what you're in for. Da, 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 da. But I think it
I'm a bit scared.
you are, but I feel really calm. I'll non ti preoccupare, ci pensi.
I don't know, because I never had. Yeah, I have a niece,
Yes.
but I didn't grow up with many infants around. So
Yeah.
my niece is the first infant.
Yeah, but all your friends have children.
Yeah, but I didn't
You don't interact with them.
much. No, up in the first 5 or 6 years, no. So
Yeah.
that's a sort of gray zone for me.
Yeah.
I love my niece, but I'm not super infant. whatever.
Oriented.
Oriented.
Infant oriented.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I find, for me, obviously, those of you who have followed me for a while know I'm always in this magical world. I can't wait to create a world of beauty and magic for a child. I think it would be so exciting, and I'm already an insomniac. I mean, I work on these videos till 4 a.m., so that's convenient. Obviously, it comes with great impegno. Hang on, I'm thinking in Italian. Effort, yes, exactly. Effort and worry and angst and all the rest of it. But I think it's such an extraordinary thing. And the thing I keep thinking, though, is somehow I almost feel apologetic putting out a video and saying, we're so happy, because these days so many people have trouble with fertility and we didn't. And that's just luck. That's really just luck. I mean, sure, the doctor said, it's good that I never smoked, I never drank, I eat pretty healthy and I've exercised my whole life. But still, it comes down to just chance, really, And
there are many things that you can do whatever you want, and then in the end, it just happens how it happens.
But it's so heartbreaking for the people who... I mean, this male viewer wrote to me, and they can't have children, and he's just heartbroken, and both of them are, and I think it's so unfair, really, because obviously for those of you who don't want children, that's fine too. I mean, I know I've quite a few friends who live a fantastic life without children,
it's
but
not compulsory.
No,
obviously.
but for those who want it, and find that they struggle with it or have miscarriage. I mean, do you know 1 in 4 pregnancies end in miscarriage? 1 in 4. That's just so and so much.
Let's
touch. Yeah. No, but yes.
Are my low parts in the
No,
shot?
they're not in the shot.
Okay, perfect.
You can touch.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
But it's quite serious, my love, because we're lucky in that regard as well. I think, so many people these days dealing with these ordeals or going through IVF and these things for years. And so I just think that it's such a gift that we have a baby, and then that we have a baby that's healthy for the moment.
For the moment, everything is going well, so that's amazing. And main thing is that. So
Yeah.
all the rest comes after.
So probably people want to know, what was your first reaction when I told you? Do you remember?
No.
No, I don't remember
Do
either.
you remember?
Not really. I think you just smiled. I mean, we weren't overly emotional. Like, I didn't cry, you didn't cry, but we were just really happy. And I think, yeah, I suppose also we were still really enjoying being newlyweds in a way. So I think we were happy, but if it had taken a bit longer, we would have also been okay.
Yeah, let's say
do you
it
know?
was something that was wanted to be expected, but yeah.
Anyway, let's go
Whatever,
into
yeah.
so. And then I called my parents, and they both burst into tears. Certo, amore.
Okay. You go on.
Okay.
I'll come back.
Ma torni.
Che bello.
Sì. Some of you might ask about morning sickness. I had all-day sickness, all day, every day for over 100 days, which was quite a challenge, but manageable. I was really in a bad way, but I just forced myself. The only thing that would work, the only thing was to go outside and get fresh air and walk. And so I just, every day of my pregnancy, I've gone for an hour-long walk. And thankfully we in the countryside, and it's so easy to just walk outside. And I would just find, if I felt like I was going to faint or to vomit, I would literally just sit down in a field so that I didn't fall down. And I remember Egisto was driving the tractor, and he just saw me sitting in a field. He's like, "Tutto bene?" But yeah, I think this was the only thing I could do, because the fresh air really helped me. It's interesting to me how different pregnancies are. How women sort of say, "Oh yeah, well, I've been pregnant," but it seems like every woman's body responds differently, and most of my friends didn't have any morning sickness at all. So it was sort of strange, because I didn't look pregnant, but it was so much more intense than it is now in the second trimester. It was super hard to film, because I also had extreme breathlessness, which many of you noticed. In fact, so many people complained and even wrote me private emails, or "Go back and watch that video and listen to yourself." And it's like, yes, I know, I've edited the whole thing, I know what I sound like, but I not only did I have the nausea and the breathlessness, but I also I've always, my whole life, suffered from severe allergies through March, April, May. And it's sort of the point where I have this disgusting thing, which is called nasal drip, where you wake up and the mucus is dripped into my stomach, and so I have to vomit in the morning, or I just feel sick all morning until I throw up. And then your head is blocked and your eyes are streaming, so I couldn't edit because my eyes just kept running. So so I had that, the allergies, as well as the morning sickness, which was quite interesting. And so my breathing was just so blocked, I could barely breathe. And if you go back and see that episode, you have no idea how difficult it was to film and to speak. I had a lot of breathlessness, and then I also was very faint. I mean, I found myself on a tram once, and I thought I was going to black out or vomit. And because you don't look pregnant, I mean, you can't even, people don't automatically think, "Oh no, that woman's swaying a bit, she must be pregnant." They just thought probably I was a junkie because I was sweating and I just looked really strange. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to fall down and knock my head, because if I black out, I won't be in control of my body. So I just got off the train, texted Guido's mother and about my location, and then just lay down on the station floor on the ground. People must have just been so confused. They really must have just thought I was a junkie. But I just did that because I was worried about passing out or vomiting and then falling. So that was interesting, but fortunately everything's healthy and fine. Italy, I have to say, is really great. Has a really wonderful healthcare system. We're going through the free public healthcare system, and they do so many checkups. I seem to notice, because the forums I read are in British or American. And it seems like there are a lot of women complaining about lack of support, and not in America complaining about insurance not even considering you pregnant in the first trimester. And whereas in Italy there's a lot of checkups, you start ultrasounds much sooner, and it's been great in terms of the gratitude. I mean, they do this sort of interview with you, and you fill out the forms, and one of the questions was, oh, do you feel safe in your home with your partner? And it just stopped me, and I just thought, gosh, how awful, because not only are you going through this great change to your body and you potentially also your hormones and everything else, if you're in a home where there's verbal or psychological abuse. And I think, gosh, those women are so strong, those who are in that kind of situation, because I can't imagine how difficult it must be. And so, yeah, when I was filling that form out, and I just looked at Guido and I thought, oh, what a fortunate thing to have someone who's supportive beside me, who's committed to a life together.
Back.
Yeah, in terms of the morning sickness, Guido was, I was at the point where for so long, for months, I couldn't even be vertical in the morning. I couldn't raise my head up and sit up in bed without feeling sick. So Guido had to bring me something to put in my mouth, and ginger tea.
And ginger tea. That was the secret.
Any other thoughts that you have about being a father?
Oh, it's such a complicated world, and you think that it's not child fitted, but that's our job, to make it as child fitted as possible, I suppose.
Yeah.
So that's quite worrying, because you see what goes on in the world, on the internet, all the bullying and whatever, and you think, wow, this is not a nice place for a kid. But on the other hand, if it will have a safe place to come always, emotionally and physically, as home, and a loving family and parents, I suppose that's what family is for. So yeah.
Yes, and I think it bolsters you to face whatever life throws at you. No? Yeah. And speaking of which, Guido's very happy that naturally my parents are coming back to Italy for the birth, and then staying around to help, and they're both so good with children, and so good with everything, really. With living alongside us as well, no?
Yeah, I'm very happy that they're coming back, and all the help is more than welcome. One need to be ready to do everything on our own, but if there's help, especially from someone that I like to be with, it's perfect.
Yeah. Probably people will ask if we have a name. No,
actually not.
We don't have a name.
No.
But in Italy, I think it's quite common, or at least among Guido's friends who come from quite traditional families, to take the name from the family tree, no?
Yeah. Usually it happens that the name comes from a name of someone that was in the family. So
Guido's father said, well, you've got a family tree of almost 500 years of Florentine names. So we have,
Let's say not 500 years, but yeah, there is some generations that.
yeah. I think the hardest thing has been with me lifting things. I just not used to it, as you know, if you've seen a lot of our renovations and stuff. I'm quite active around the property, and
That's why the renovations are slowing down.
see, because I'm pregnant.
You can't paint anything, you can't lift anything,
Yeah.
you can't drag anything around. So yeah.
About the birth and the being a mother and all of this stuff, I feel completely serene and calm. About sharing this process on YouTube, I'm a little bit more reticent and fearful. Obviously, this community is courteous and kind, but even well-meaning people, I think, I'm just reading these forums, and you should see the pregnancy forums. There's the most popular links are women complaining about how rude people are to them, or how things that people have said inadvertently, and just actually, because I don't look pregnant when we walk around.
Now you look pregnant.
Yeah, but in my daily life, per esempio,
up to a week ago or
See.
10 days ago, no.
Yeah, but I don't. I look different, but I don't look pregnant. I just look like someone who ate too much pizza.
Sei raggiante, sei bellissima.
But
Come
it's
si dice raggiante in inglese?
radiant,
Radius.
come un raggio di sole.
Sì, raggiante means that
Sì,
glows,
sì.
glowing,
Sì.
yeah.
I don't think I'm even glowing. I'm waiting for that period where I will glow. But this is this is where we're at now, and I look bloated and kind of softer, let's say, but not completely, or at least the people that I encounter. When we went to a party just on Sunday, no?
Yeah.
And everyone that I was said, no, sono incinta. And they were like, davvero? No? Perché quell'altra ragazza?
Lei però era un mese più avanti a te.
Sì, però she said to me that she's been this way since like the start of the second trimester. Anyway, as I was saying, every woman's body is different, and so I'm just looking forward to having a bit more of a tummy, rather than just bloat. It could just be bloat, although...
No, we had the
ultrasound, it's there.
Yesterday, so there was something and it was moving, so...
It's true. Yeah, but I was saying to them about the Italian healthcare system, the public healthcare system. It's really quite good, no?
My sister-in-law,
yes,
that's from Rome, she was happily, surprised by the Tuscan healthcare. Concerning the
compared to that in Lazio, because the different regions have different systems. Actually,
how organized and everything. Yes, the book like this high of things that you have to do every 10 days. It's a job, but it's a good thing because everything is kept under control and monitored, and everybody is very. There are sections in the hospitals that are very focused on that, and so that's good.
Yeah, well, I think it just, again, because I'm speaking with different women, different friends who live in different countries, and it's not always like that. I mean, for us,
privately would have been all the analysis and things that you are doing through the public system, if it was done privately, would cost I don't know what, like something unaffordable. It's a very good thing, and Italy has a chronic zero birth ratio, so we are actually decreasing as Italians in numbers.
So the government is trying to stimulate growth.
Yeah, exactly. So whenever a kid comes out, it's like, Yeah, needs to come out properly, otherwise we will lose one citizen. So no, that's what's happening in Italy.
We're doing our bit to grow Italy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if we're lucky. Again, if it's like
No.
we don't get to choose. It's just down, it's
No,
not up to
cross
us.
fingers, and we need to. This is not done. You can't.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You can't sell the bear skin before killing it. So non si vende la pelle dell'orso prima di averlo ucciso.
You can't sell the skin of the bear before having killed it. Yes.
Yeah. So
exactly.
we are still on the hunt. So.
Yeah. But fortunately, we've passed the high risk zone. And then also, I was because. In terms of my age, there's this site, Famous People's Birthdays. I don't know who went to this trouble or why, but some years ago
no one knows your age?
No, well, Aspetta, I'll tell the whole story. So I think this person, because this site emailed me recently and said, oh, put a photo along with your birth date. I'm like, first of all, that's not my birth date. And I've said several times on Instagram, all the things about me online are not true. I wish I was that young and earned that much money as these people say.
No.
Yeah. But it's like hacking is quite prevalent these days, and someone advised me, said having your birth date online is not secure these days, and then also I just I knew that one day when I would be married and when I would be trying to have children, that I would need to have a totally anxiety-free body. I didn't want to involve the internet in my reproductive process. I didn't know how, didn't know if I was going to have fertility issues or whatever. And I knew that I also wanted to wait for the right person. And I just didn't. I wanted to keep that private, which I think someone's reproductive choices or journey should be a bit more intimate rather than something public.
So the thing is, like, if you were saying your age earlier, people would start saying, "Oh, you have to start." And
that pressure and thing, and then also, you wouldn't believe. I mean, someone emailed me. I remember they're like, "Oh, your eggs will be all shriveled up." But they didn't even know. I mean, they think the age that they've read somewhere on the internet, and they were just. I mean, there are some. This community is beautiful, but there are still some very sick people, and I just thought.
Fatevi cazzi vostri. Go on. That was a good point.
I knew even before I married you, I can't remember a time before you, but I thought one day I'm going to decide to get married. I don't want pressure from people saying, you're this age, you should be married, or you shouldn't, you whatever. I also knew I would be trying for children, and I'd seen so many friends struggle with just not on social media, just in their normal lives, with people pressuring them and saying, when are you guys having kids? And I thought, I don't want to involve the internet in that with my age, because it's private. Someone's reproductive choices and their journey and everything, I think is private.
It's a good.
And so I thought,
good choice of
and
yours.
I also thought I could see that they say, I mean, even the doctor is saying to us that one of the main things with fertility is that the female needs to be anxiety free, which is so hard, because obviously if these people, most people, if they're really wanting a child, they're anxious about that. But I thought the last thing I need is just complete strangers and really cruel, horrible strangers sort of talking about my age and everything like that. I thought I just want this just to be between us and close friends who all know my age, and they know what we're going through. They know they knew from very early on that we were pregnant, because we wanted to share it with them in case we did have a miscarriage, and we wanted their support. But I think hopefully you can understand that I kind of want to have some boundaries where there's some things I share and other things I don't. But
I think that your community is so kind and understanding that this is something that.
No, but I'm not even a famous person. I don't have a huge number of followers, comparatively with other YouTubers. I don't make a ton of money. I'm not. Almost no one on this planet knows who I am. So I figure that I don't understand people's fascination with intimate details, but
We'll take it step by step, and
oh yeah, that might be a question. Will I continue? I think I'll try and see how it goes. I mean, obviously, we'll see what happens.
how will we pay everything?
Yeah, I know.
You are the money maker. I'm joking.
No, we do have expenses, so I need to keep working because there's a lot of
I
expenses.
married you for that. Someone told me you were a billionaire, a YouTube billionaire. What's this? Work.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. But one I think I have to say is all this year, for example, I haven't been writing to patrons for this reason. And I couldn't say to you is because if I wasn't filming the weekly episode, I was throwing up or just trying to deal with the morning sickness. And
This is the demonstration that there's no one else doing the things that you do. So you have a finite time, and
a lot of people on Patreon have tiers, and if you spend more money, you get something. And I never did that. I never. If you spend more or less, there's no. I just said, look, it's up to you if you want to support my channel. But I didn't offer like a T-shirt, a mug, or whatever. I a while ago when
do
I
you
took
have a mug?
no.
Sorry, I'm interrupting
Do
you.
you know someone did though? My mother said that she randomly saw that someone had merchandise, Kylie Flavelle merchandise that they were selling, which
Really?
which is fine. I mean, good for them. But that's what I
Not
mean.
really, but
Yeah, I mean,
at least they should send a cup to you.
but anyway. But the point is, it's been quite hard for me to just manage my time because I'm also trying not to do 4 a.m. Finishing work at 4 a.m. So that I can get enough
because
rest.
you also have a husband, so
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he needs lots of attention and love. But fortunately, it hasn't. One of the things I was happy about is the morning sickness. I've heard a lot of women. They have food aversions, right? And I was worried that I'd have an aversion to fruit and vegetables, which I love. I just can't do without them. And fortunately, you don't know this, but like a lot of women, they have to eat just pasta and toast. And for me, I was like, every time I'm eating something wholesome and green and wonderful, it sort of feels exciting to think, oh, that's going down to someone.
It's so lucky that you are the pregnant one. It's so lucky.
Because actually...
No coffee, no
Wait.
alcohol. I don't smoke, so that's not a problem.
Oh, yeah.
But now you're stopping eating carbs. No, gluten.
Gluten, yeah.
Gluten. So I'm really
sugar.
grateful. As I said in a video or whatever, my biggest present to our future kid is marrying you.
It's not giving birth to it yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sometimes I'd be making Guido dinner and I'd be like, I'm about to feel like I want to throw up. I think I have such a strange relationship with cooking. I can cook even if I'm literally about to throw up, and I don't know, there's something inside me. My sister says it's strange because even when I'm sick, if someone offers to cook for me, I'm like, no, I can do it. And Guido, cooks well, but I all throughout
I'm forgetting how to cook because you won't let me.
Yeah, but you love it.
No, I love your food, what you cook, so I'm not complaining. Absolutely.
But even, I don't know, cooking calms me. So even at the times when I couldn't eat, like I didn't feel like eating, it was just such a pleasure to cook
May I
for
just
Guido.
ask what's for dinner?
Yes,
That
okay.
the sun is
A
going.
proposito.
A proposito. Il sole sta calando.
Yeah, sorry. And as
Are you preparing a video for this recipe for this week, or?
I'm getting to it, okay.
Yeah.
So as Guido is the husband of a pregnant woman, he needs to be fed now.
No, but because you just said it makes you calmer.
Ah, sì, è vero.
I'm doing it for you.
Oh, thank you. You're so kind. Ma quanto sei gentile. So, yes, we shall end up here. No? Close? Any closing statements?
We are pregnant.
It's funny how people say we are pregnant. Is that
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous. I've done my part and I can only help you, so externally. So
yeah?
it's an amazing blessing for women's, but I suppose it's not easy. So
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 anyway, now I'm off to cook dinner.
So
But,
what's for dinner?
But hang on, just let's just close it.
Okay, yes, tell me.
Um,
Otherwise, they think that I'm the Italian male that
Exactly. Can you
will
imagine?
whip you to
Oh my
go-
gosh, you know,
Yeah,
he's like
they're so into you.
he's such a slave driver.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
yes, no. But my main thing is I want to say thank you for being with us in this story and watching our relationship. And I was thinking about do you know when we made the first vegetable garden, il primo orto a Firenze?
Yeah, I remember
Io ho
that.
fatto un video and I did a video and I said, I've started dating this Florentine guy. I mean, I had started dating well before, but that was the first time I sort of introduced you on
Yeah, it
camera.
was May of 2 years ago.
Was it?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, it must have
because
been.
we planted it. I remember we planted tomatoes late.
È vero, it's
that
vero.
was May.
And so many of you have been with me from well before that, even from when my TV shows in Canada and in Latin America and other places. So I know that those of you who have been with me for a while, you've seen so many different stages of my life, and it feels like such a pleasure to share this stage, which is so exciting and such a blessing with you now. So thank you for sticking around and encouraging us and really supporting our relationship as well. Such beautiful comments about our relationship. You haven't read the ones that were on the Orto episode,
No, actually,
the last week's, yeah.
I haven't seen it.
No, you haven't seen it yet, true.
Because I've seen the Orto so many times.
Yeah.
Block by block, so I'm sorry I haven't seen
Exactly. No, well, it's people. Yeah, well, they were so beautiful, and they're.
it. Yeah. Sometimes I stop and read the comments and I say, "Wow, this is so kind. Why would the people be so kind saying things like that?" But
No, I think it's true.
it's amazing.
The thing about the internet, I have to say, is you see the very best and the very worst of humanity, but you do see the very best. And let us know what you think it is, if it's a boy or a girl, un maschio o una femmina. And we shall see you alla prossima. Alla prossima.
Sì, alla prossima.
Alla prossima. Ciao.
Hai detto che bisogna rimanere freeze per un po'.